next gentleman on stage, in fact, was once a roommate of Mr. Elon Musk. A man that's going to stand here and somehow make you believe in tech once again. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage a man who's going to show you how to use entrepreneurship for global impact. The man himself from the Founders Institute, Mr. Adeo Ressi.
Hey there, everyone. How are you doing? Okay. Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Hi.
All right. I know it's late in the day, but we're going to talk about something near and dear to my heart, which is how to make technology meaningful, how to use technology to make the world a better place, and how entrepreneurs can do that. Right? So there's an image behind me here. And I'm sure that many of you believe that that's what technology will lead us to, right? And they're beautiful visions of humanity based on technology that we all have. Flying cars, traveling to space, and everything else. Unfortunately, we've not delivered on those promises, right? Technology has not delivered on our promises. And in fact, you know, looking at this, which is a more modern and more realistic view of technology today, I think that's way off from the potential that we all believe is possible, right? So how do I know this? I run something called the Founder Institute, and we help start technology businesses in almost 200 cities around the world. And we help empower entrepreneurs to create the next generation of technology companies. And I can just tell you from operating in cities like Barcelona, Kabul, and pretty much everywhere else, that the vision that we have for technology to make the world into a beautiful place is not being realized. Technology has failed us, entrepreneurs have failed us, and we need to end the dopamine-fueled world that we're building, where it's breeding insecurity, it's breeding anger and disconnectedness among our children, our spouses, our peers. The time has come for that to stop, and I'm going to be talking about that today, how we can change it and the different things that are needed for us to go forward and use technology and use entrepreneurship to make the world better. We need something new, right? This is a need, and we need a new vision for entrepreneurship, right? I see everyone's kind of quiet. I probably dumped a lot on you very quickly, and I see some of you are disconnected, tapping away at your phone. You can pay attention up here. I was thinking of doing a moment of silence, but you all are fucking silent anyway, right? You could barely applaud or say how you're doing. But, you know, presence is something that's been lost in this digital world. And it's one of the things that we need to be using technology to bring out the better traits of humanity, not the worst traits of humanity, not the addiction, not the anger, not the hatred, not the disconnectedness, right? The connectedness. Okay, so entrepreneurs are designed to fix the problems of the world. And we have many, many problems in the world today. And I'm going to outline some of them, right? And these are going to seem fairly obvious to you. So we live in structures and systems that are decades old, and in some cases hundreds of years old. The zoning, the structures, even the way that we get around and the things that we do are just antiquated, and there's not a lot of innovation happening in the very ways that we live. And because we live in such a crazy, disconnected way, many of us are traveling half an hour or an hour just to get to work in crowded and crammed transportation systems fueled by fossil fuels that are just known to be destroying the planet. The whole system makes no sense, and you're not despite the fact that we can electrify and make every mode of transportation vastly more efficient, just a small fraction of a percentage has been upgraded and transformed. And it's due to some visionary entrepreneurs facing massive setbacks without a lot of people by their side helping them make change. And then, not to make it any better, the environment that we work in doesn't engage us, okay? Why do you think the whole crypto revolution exists? Well, crypto is a direct result. The cryptocurrencies, the ICOs, all of that. We have alienated a whole generation of millennials that don't want to go and work in any of our existing businesses. They're not entertaining, they're not interesting, they're not doing meaningful things in the world, so they have rebelled and started a whole new world for themselves because we cannot provide them a structure that makes sense. It barely makes sense for us. And then the monetary system, speaking of crypto, is just crazy. There are people homeless around the world who want to work, who want to contribute, who have skills, who have value to add, and they are disenfranchised and abandoned. And then we have people doing near robotic tasks that could be automated. The whole monetary system is not properly distributing the resources. In fact, it's concentrating the resources oftentimes in the hands of bad actors who have no real intent of doing anything for society, and then years and years after their productive period has ended, they start donating money in weird ways that often make no sense to the rest of us. The monetary system is broken. And then, if we just want to continue, the political system is no better. The rise of social media has fueled has broken the democratic system, allowing right-wing nut jobs and incompetent people to rise to power, narcissists in many cases, to rise to power, who are now the representatives of us in this democratic world. How does that make any sense? Do people think that these individuals represent our best interests and are going to make the world a better place? Probably not. I think you can look at the sort of disgust and horror on the woman's face in the background there, and it says it all. And then, if that were not enough, we're producing food that we know kills us and selling it and encouraging people through advertisement and other things to buy and eat it, when we know that the very things within it are carcinogenic in nature, right? And we've become so disconnected that many of us don't even know how to grow, harvest, or eat anything healthy. Most people don't even know how to cook anymore. And then, to cure the diseases that we create, we have this one-size-fits-all medicinal industry that is mass-producing drugs, oftentimes very addictive in and of themselves, that create as many side effects as they do solutions, with a completely broken medical system around it, optimized for profits rather than the well-being of the very consumers and patients that they're trying to treat. And all of this has led to massive environmental destruction, right? Where the world, it's snowing in Barcelona. Do I need to say anything else? It's not exactly every day that it snows in Barcelona. I don't think it's a good sign for humanity that it is snowing in Barcelona today. Basically, the world's climate's on fire, and then on top of that, the way we treat our natural environment, the way we treat our fellow animals is abhorrent. And this is the world that we have built, okay? This is the world that we have built. This is the world that you have built. This is the world that I have built. And I don't think any of us are proud of it. And if you are, you should be ashamed. And so, while the problems of the world are many, the minds of the world are bright. And so I'm going to be talking with you about how we get out of this. Because I believe we can fix the problems of the world, and we need to start now. I believe that you can fix the problems of the world, right? I believe that everyone in this room right now can start on a journey to fix the problems of the world, because it's never too late to start. This is the most important thing of our time. There's nothing else that matters right now, right? We are on the edge of a precipice that we have made, and we can make our way out of it, but we are asleep, okay? Most of us are asleep. We've been dopamine tricked into looking at our smartphone, watching Netflix or whatever else we do, and we're not paying attention to what's going on. And today, most of us fall into this denier/observer paradigm. And what we need to do is move to doer and believer, right? We need to believe that we can make the world better. We need to believe in that original vision for technology to enhance humanity and get us eating good food and get us in a good political system and addressing all the issues that we ourselves have made. And we need to move there. And entrepreneurs are the catalyst. And I'm going to explain how this all works, and I'm going to introduce some new concepts. So, entrepreneurs believe in a new future. They believe in something. And startups, therefore, become a collection of people with aligned beliefs. Okay? So when you set out and you say, hey, I'm going to launch a rocket, or I'm going to fix transportation, or I'm going to inspire entrepreneurs, or I'm going to, improve the food system. The initial people that come and work with you as an entrepreneur, you're not paying them enough money, you're not, putting them in some 401k plan that's going to take care of their children. What you are doing is you're giving them a belief that they agree with and align with, and they come join forces with you to pursue that vision. So you create this team working with, not for, working with you to change the world, to realize that vision. And this is a very important concept I want to dwell on for a moment. The modern world is not a world of working for, it's a world of working with, right? And it's a world of working with other people around these shared beliefs, right? The more people that begin to believe, the stronger the startup becomes. So the initial team members believe in the vision. Then maybe investors believe in the vision. Then the users believe in the vision. Then more users believe in the vision. And even the craziest visions, the crazy, crazy things can become very, very large, multi-billion-dollar businesses if people believe, right? Does that sink in? So, belief is the new currency of success, all right? This is probably the most important thing that I'm going to say to you today, and so I want this to sink in. A lot of you have misconstrued views of the modern day startup, and I want to take a tangent on this as well. So, robots are eliminating the blue-collar jobs. AI is eliminating most of the known white-collar jobs. And the two are converging to eliminate most of the jobs in the middle as well. So within 5 or 10 years from now, every kind of job that we currently take for granted as something we might do with our life, or that you grew up thinking might be there forever, is going to be disrupted. All right? So what is humanity going to do? Right? They're going to align around beliefs. They're going to work on things that they believe in. Work on solving problems that they believe need to be solved. Right? Fixing things that they believe need to be fixed. Introducing ideas and things that they believe are needed to make society better. And we will rally around these beliefs, and these beliefs will take hold. And so the future success of an entrepreneur and the future success of a company will be based on belief. And I want to talk about how that's manifesting itself today in a company, let's say, like Facebook. So people believed that connecting with people, that having a unified area for their friends to get together would make the world a better place. And Facebook abused that belief by making the product addictive, by taking advertisements and other things that were false and derogatory and fake in nature. And it's eroding our belief in the product, and ergo, it's struggling now on many different fronts to maintain the growth and success that it's had. And it's not a crisis of product, it's not a crisis of PR, it's a crisis of belief. And if someone like a Mark Zuckerberg doesn't get up and apologize for the horrendous damage that he and the company he created has done to society, that company will start to fail and die, because it cannot and will not continue to maintain our belief that what they're doing is good for us, it's good for our children, and good for our friends. So belief is the currency of modern day success on a startup level and even on a big company level. Everyone needs to get people to buy in to what they're trying to do and believe that it's the right thing. Now, you cannot pivot on your purpose in life, right? So everybody in this room, and this is a moment for you to reflect, has something that you can contribute to society. Now, you may have a big, deep, burning vision, right? So you may be an entrepreneur or someone who's going to start something, and you need to take your purpose and your belief and manifest it in the world and have other people rally around you. The tools and technologies for that are there. This is relatively easy to do in this day and age. So if you are one of those people, you should take that step. But you may have a different purpose. Maybe you want to help someone else pursue something that they're working on, something that they believe in. That's okay too, right? This is not a judgment. You need to be self-aware about what your purpose in life is, and it's not easy to get there, right? The world has tried to hide this from you in some sort of rat race to nowhere, working on things that don't matter, right? Well, that's ending. Whether you're going to consciously end it yourself, or a robot, AI, or a combination of the two will end it for you, you're not going to be able to continue the charade of the life that you exist for much longer, because it's going to be disrupted. So you might as well take the time now, dig deep, and see what motivates you, and then take that as a first step in your new career, in your new life. Find something you believe in. And I can tell you that working with lots of people around the world, I see people surprise me in positive ways every day of the week. It is a beautiful thing, and I can tell you that you should not compromise on your beliefs, and you are the one you are the one that's going to make the difference. You are the one, whether it be today or in a few weeks from now or when your job gets eliminated, you have a role to play to make the world better, and I believe in you. I know you can do it. 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 So, I have a little bit of time. Let's take this opportunity to make the world something that we can be proud of. Because I know we can do it, right? I know you can do it. So, since I have a few minutes, why don't I take any questions that people have? Hi, everyone. My name's Adeo. Questions?
Good afternoon. Thanks for the chat. It's really inspiring. I'd like to know, I have a company myself, a startup, and it's great what we're hearing from you. But how can we make those startups financially viable, you know? Because in every step of the way, you find investors, you find like pressure for making money. So how do you make all of those visions truly a change without sacrificing what's expected from a company?
That's a beautiful question. I'm going to give you kind of an unusual answer, okay? So I've put a lot of thought into this, and that is the right question, right? Because like, oh, wow, belief, that's great. So where is the ultimate example of belief being the currency of success? Can anyone take a guess? Well, SpaceX is a good one. No. ICOs. There is literally nothing there. There is nothing there. Now, admittedly, it's speculation and some other crap as well, but essentially, someone's out like, I'm going to make a coin so you can buy weed. I believe you should use a coin for weed, and it's like $1 billion. Right? It's completely based on belief. Now, I use that example. I think a lot of the ICOs are fraudulent, like many dozens of percentages of the ICOs are fraudulent. But they are the ultimate example of belief equating to quote unquote market cap and value, right? But SpaceX is a great example, as someone said in the audience. This is a harebrained idea that Elon and I came up with in a car ride. We wanted to go to Mars. We tried to buy some ICBMs. We got ripped off on the price. He got angry. He started SpaceX. But from the beginning, the mission of SpaceX was go to Mars, right? And so as more and more people believed that SpaceX was going to take us to Mars, and he started to win more and more credibility, more and more respect, more and more people became interested in going to Mars, the company became bigger. It didn't mean it was easy, but the success of SpaceX is a success of belief. In the same way that the success of a cryptocurrency is in the success in belief. So here's what I would say back to you. So as a startup, you got to get your team to believe. You got to get an initial set of investors to believe, and then you've got to get your consumers to believe, or your business users, whichever, B2B, B2C, to believe. As they believe, you're going to make money. It may not be a lot of money, but it's going to be some money, right? And then as more people believe, you make more money, right? Money in the modern day is an allocation of mental energy. It's basically a resource allocation of humanity. And today, that resource allocation of humanity is following belief. A very good friend of mine who's fairly controversial just started a YouTube channel and speaking out his beliefs. And he's making $60,000 a month on Patreon. And he's literally just talking about his beliefs. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's a lot of money, $60,000 a month. He's literally getting directly compensated for his beliefs without any other product, right? You get no other value than just helping this guy espouse his beliefs. So, I mean, I can give you many more examples of that, but at the end of the day, there are many, many examples. Let me get to a couple other questions. I know we're getting tight on time here. Anyone else? Okay. Well then, listen, I know it's the end of the day, so with that I'm going to say, guys, today is your day. Do something. Leave this room inspired to try and live the vision of technology that you once had as a child, to try and make the world a better place with the tools and things that we have, because it's needed. We need you, and I believe you can do it. So thanks everyone. Have a happy conference.